The Boeing 777X has been one of the most eagerly awaited long-haul jets in recent aviation history. Promised as the next generation of the 777 family, it boasts folding wingtips, ultra-efficient engines, and long-range capability. But it has also become a symbol of delay, regulatory challenges, and high-stakes engineering puzzles. Today, we'll explore why Boeing has struggled so much with certification, what technical issues have come up, and where the program stands as of late 2025. The 777X program was officially launched in 2013. Originally, deliveries were supposed to begin in 2020. The first test flight started around early 2020, but things quickly ran into trouble. One of the early and most visible setbacks happened during a ground pressurization test, where an aircraft door was ripped off. That already raised serious red flags on design maturity and safety processes. Then, in August 2024, inspectors found cracks in the engine mounting structure, the component that connects the massive GE9X engines to the wings. Because of this defect, Boeing grounded its entire 777X test fleet and had to redesign or reinforce that part. Alongside these structural issues, regulatory oversight has increased significantly. After the 737 MAX crisis and other safety concerns, the FAA and other authorities are much more cautious. Boeing now must go through a more complex fabrication and verification pipeline, more intense testing for things like lightning strikes, electromagnetic interference, cabin pressurization, and the folding wing mechanisms. Quality controls are stricter than ever, and certification is taking far longer than Boeing had hoped. Despite these issues, Boeing reports that there have been no new, undisclosed technical problems during recent flight tests, and that many of the underlying systems, such as the airframe and the engines, are functioning as expected under test conditions. But the sheer amount of work left, all the regulatory checkboxes to tick off, and the fixed schedule pressures mean the delays keep mounting. Even small delays in subsystems add up. For example, the brake certification tests reportedly took more than twice the anticipated time. Boeing is still targeting 2026 for the first deliveries of the 777-9, but many analysts and industry insiders believe that even this is optimistic. The possibility of further delay into 2027 is being discussed because of the remaining testing, certification approvals, supply chain challenges, and manufacturing refinements. It is important to remember that the 777X introduces some complex features. The folding wingtips are an innovation that allows for a longer wingspan in flight, improving efficiency while folding for gate compatibility on the ground. The GE9X engines are larger, quieter, more fuel-efficient, but also challenging to integrate. All of that increases the burden of verification and testing. Boeing also needs to ensure extended operations performance, lightning strike resistance, systems redundancy, and more. These are non-trivial engineering challenges, especially when performance and safety margins are tight. So where does this leave the Boeing 777X? As of late 2025, it is still in test phase. Boeing hopes to deliver the first 777-9 in 2026, but many signs point to the possibility of further slips into 2027. The delays are expensive, both in financial cost and reputation, and airlines waiting on those airplanes are forced to keep older aircraft longer or revise their fleet plans. The 777X promises a lot: high efficiency, improved passenger comfort, and advanced features. But modern aviation regulation and safety culture, especially after recent crises, demand rigorous proof, more thorough testing, and no shortcuts. That is what's required now before passengers see the 777X in regular service. If you enjoy aviation deep dives like this, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss when the 777X finally enters service. Let me know in the comments. Do you think Boeing will make 2026, or is 2027 the more realistic entry into service date?